Guys, it's Erik 740T here again, and I just wanted to post this video, and it could be fairly important to some people that are running the Hobbyking power distribution board. Okay, so here's what happened. Before I get into it, I was using, on my X580, I was using the Hobbyking power distribution board. I had everything soldered. This one just came off when I was desoldering or doing whatever, and it worked, and I figured nothing's wrong. And it had been my first quadcopter I built, the X580. So my motors, when I was done with a flight, 7-8 minute flight, they were burning hot. They'd always be burning hot. My ESCs would be warm. They wouldn't be hot. They'd be fairly warm. And I just figured that was kind of normal, Well, this quadcopter weighs probably half a pound more than my X580 did, at least. And same flight time. I hooked up my 3300 Turnigy, same battery I used. These are the exact same motors that I pulled off of my X580 quadcopter. The exact same ESCs I pulled off of my X580 quadcopter. The only difference is that I did my DIY power distribution board that I have a video up of, and you guys should check it out because it's so easy and cheap. It's cheaper than this thing, and you'll see what I'm saying in just a second. You should not use this, and I'm going to toss it. Maybe I can get a couple of connectors or something off there. Okay, so I got my DIY power distribution board I put in there. It's so cheap, so easy to build. Watch the other video, please. So this is what happened. I went for a full flight. Fully loaded, camera, everything. Full weight, full capacity. Only 8-inch props. And these things are really spinning to keep this heavy thing up. And I do have some 10-inch props and 11-inch carbon fiber props. Same brand, same seller, on the way. So I'm thinking the 11s will be slow spinning and I can keep, I just think I need a little bit bigger prop. This thing weighs a ton. So here's the deal. The only thing that changed, same battery, same exact motors, same exact ESCs. The only thing that changed was my custom power distribution board, which obviously works a whole lot better. And I always kind of had the idea that these motors were straining for power. They couldn't get enough power. That's the reason they were getting hot. They couldn't get the amperage. And that, I believe, was the case. Because now I did a full flight. I think it was 7 minutes, 3300 milliamp battery, and these things are spinning like nuts. I mean, they were loud, trying to keep this thing up because it was, they are spinning, almost probably max kV, probably, whatever, not the point. When I got done with the flight, and I wanted to check right away, and I went down and I grabbed the motor, and it was cool. It was cool as ice. I touched the ESC. Not even warm, nothing. It felt just like it does right now. Like it's cold. They're cold. Maybe, like touching somebody's skin. It wasn't even that warm. And it was absolutely, the problem was this Hobbyking power distribution board. It wasn't providing the current flow that everything required, and of course when you do not do that, everything gets strained out and gets hot. Gets very hot. Inefficiency equals heat. One thing that did change, my battery got a whole lot hotter, which is a good sign. My batteries before weren't even hardly getting warm. So it was this was the problem. And guys, I thought it was simple. You just solder them in, blah, 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 blah. Don't use this. Do not use this. Hobbyking needs to get this off their website. It's going to cause motor problems, burnouts, crashes. I don't know what else. I'm not saying directly, and maybe it's just my board was like that. But really, the same for each side. Each ESC and motor was that hot, and this video is dragging on. But I really wanted to prove a point and make a point. Don't use this. Don't use this board. Do not. It's easy. It's simple. Whatever. Please check out my DIY video. It's just as easy, if not easier. Just follow it and you can make a distribution board out of a couple of washers and some, that's it. If you got soldering equipment, that's it. And you need soldering equipment for this anyway, to put the wires in there. So, just check it out, please, guys. It's running like a champ. I mean, it's never run this well. And it's so much heavier, and it's the exact same components. There's no other explanation. That was the problem. Alright, guys. Take care. I'm sorry to drag it on, but please, please, please pay attention to that and ditch this. You know, if you're running a light system and you're not pulling a lot of amps and stuff like that, don't worry about it. I was pulling 30, I would pull close to 34 amps with my X580 while I was just climbing. Hovering, I'd pull like 20 something amps. But anyway, beside the point. Yeah.